So we're back with episode 16 of the Out of Towners. This week we are sticking to a theme. It's going to be cycle lanes in and around Hull. And from now on, whenever it's just us two, Liam and I, we are going to be sticking just to one theme a week, just to focus on, talk about the pros, the cons, the problems, solutions, all that sort of thing.
We are. Sorry, my phone is on buzz there. I have to change that. May you get me out of a hole, please?
You're popular.
I think it's O2.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what we're going to talk about this week. Just quickly before we start that though, we want to talk about we are recording.
Yeah, hello!
We are video recording, just using my phone and a tripod, you know.
My phone's a flipping
pretty
piece of
traditional.
rubbish.
But we're going to be setting up a YouTube channel. Just because for me, whenever I enjoy listening to podcasts, but you do get more enjoyment in a way of watching it, just to see what they're doing, kind of how they're reacting. So we thought that would be cool. Set up a YouTube. And then of course, Hull What's On. Do you want to talk a bit about that?
Yeah, also just a quick one. You get to see our beautiful faces now.
Yeah, exactly.
On the video. Yeah. Obviously, I'm far more handsome than me. Only joking. I'm punching. No, I'm not. Anyway,
Moving on.
yeah. So now we're working with Hull What's On, who, as it happens, are the official partner of 107 FM, obviously our radio station. And just a quick caveat, we had Dave on, not last week because we had a brief hiatus, but the week before. So 2 weeks ago, I've done that correctly, haven't I?
2 weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah, so you went to a good school. And
just for those that you don't know, Dave Bushnell is the founder and MD of Hull What's On, and he was
using the acronyms.
He was in our previous episode.
Yeah, we grilled him, didn't we?
If you missed that, then go and listen to it, as well as this one.
Yeah, plugging it. Well done, mate. Hey. So we're working with them basically, and every week they're gonna write an article, advertising the episodes, aren't they?
Yeah.
And there'll be a flagship article out there about us, what we do, and all that carry on. You know, basically kissing our backsides, and we're not complaining.
Yeah.
So
they're going to basically launch a main article with Dave Bushnell's episode, which makes sense.
Yeah.
And then every single week there'll be a written article with the obviously new episode from every single week.
Yeah, with all the links.
And they'll also be posting it on all their social medias as well. And we're also going to be posting on our social medias.
Yes.
Because we've set up Out of Towners podcast on Instagram. So go give it a follow, because that's where we'll be posting our episodes, pictures, all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And we're creating a Twitter as well.
Yeah, we're doing Facebook.
We can do Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't know how you set up a
All
Facebook.
those
Can't be that
oldies
hard.
on there. Yeah.
All the mums.
Yeah. Yeah, our target audience. Obviously, they love me. I'm in trouble later.
But yeah, just thought we'd get all that in there, throw that out at the start of the
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Maeve, jokingly, before the Maeve likes to keep things light-hearted, you know, who doesn't? And Maeve said, I can't believe I've started this. Maeve said, oh, you know, it'd be funny if we did our Austin Powers impressions. So, go on, you do your Austin Powers
You do
impression.
yours, go on. You want to get it in there?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
You want to keep this funny?
You're the one that's...
I'm making a fool out of myself. Yeah, just to, you know. Anyway, I've grasped myself in because we're on video. So, Maeve and I are big Austin Powers fans, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we think it's hilarious. Probably because we're about 3 in the head, aren't we? And
Mike Myers.
oh, he's so funny.
But no, he's like...
You know, his brother's from Liverpool.
Groovy baby.
I think it's Dallas as well. You know. Oh, you've just done it. Hey, everyone, Maeve just did an impression.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so this is me Dr. Evil impression. How about no?
But like, okay, turn it off.
Yeah, yeah, that's out the way.
Yeah.
On to is it theme?
On to cycle lanes in Hull.
Yeah.
So it's quite interesting because I'm a driver and Liam is a cyclist.
Am I?
And it's not that I can't cycle, I just choose to drive.
I'd
essentially.
love to see you on a bike, you know.
Liam! Mr. Bean and Mr. Bean.
Yeah.
You can't drive.
No,
So
as you
you're
like to remind me every day.
The only option is to cycle.
Hang on, let's just say something here. You always go, oh yeah, Liam can't drive. Or when you're going to learn to drive, or let's see your green licence and all this carry on. The minute I go, chauffeur, I'm in trouble. I get told off for that.
Yeah, because I drive you everywhere.
Listen, you want to drive. When I first met Maeve, I was like, oh yeah, we'll get the bus too. And she goes, excuse me, the bus? And I go, yeah, the bus. She goes, I'm not getting on no bus.
Oh, as if I said that. I did not.
Yeah, you
say
did.
that.
We wanted to go to Beverly loads, and you
Yeah,
go,
'cause I just thought
yeah, I'll drive.
it's easier to drive. I can park wherever I want. I can drive wherever I want.
Yeah.
I can leave whenever I want.
On our second date, Mauve drove us.
Did you just forget my name?
Oh, I got it mixed up with the syllables. Maeve drove us to the View in Prince's Quay because we lived up in Newland at the time because we were students. Well, obviously I'm still a student. And I'm thinking, flip heck, this is great. This getting whipped around everywhere. Maeve was just whipping it in, whipping it out to drive with me. And then on our way out from the cinema, we've been to watch what was it called?
Parasite.
Parasite. If you're interested.
Great movie, by the
Oh
way.
yeah, so I'm thinking, flip it, I've had a blind in here. She's gonna love me. On the way out, we're going. How'd you get out? We didn't realise you had to go and get the ticket from the kiosk, and we have to ring the emergency bell, going, excuse me, mate, we can't get out. And he's going, oh, you got to get the flipping ticket. And I was thinking, this is not good. This.
I think you were just so blinded. You were just in love.
Yeah.
You forgot.
And chances.
You forgot. How did you pay for the car park?
Yeah.
And you very kindly paid, so thank you.
Well, I got to pay. I always pay for the parking.
I do drive you everywhere.
Yeah, I know.
So.
Anyway, moving on from that. Go on, sorry.
So, from a driver's point of view of cycle lanes, I think things that annoy drivers.
Hang on, that annoy you.
Drivers. Firstly, cyclists just cutting in to
terrible
lanes without signalling.
How dare they?
Don't get me wrong, a lot of cyclists do. You know, they point right, they point left. Very good.
Look at it, playing stewardess. The outers are here, here, and here.
But it is quite frustrating whenever you're driving along, you're concentrating, you're in the correct lane, and cyclists just push in.
Yeah,
And they're maybe pushing in because of another reason, but it's not ideal for a driver.
Yeah. Or they push him without checking the shoulder.
Yeah, they
Nightmare.
do. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a problem.
And also, a lot of cyclists. You're right.
Yeah, I'm just fixing the wedgie and I realised we're on video.
That's rank. That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
You do it all the time.
A lot of cyclists cycle on roads without helmets, without lights on their bikes, especially when it's dark, without high vis jackets, and it's just, it's not ideal. Do you know what I mean? Like, are you asking for a crash? Because that's what's going to happen.
Oh my God, look at you.
If it's dark, you know, drivers driving along can't see cyclists, haven't got any lights or anything, it's a problem. Yeah, I'd say from a driver's point of view, they are the problems. Or phones. Liam's just gone.
Yeah, call me.
Yeah, drivers on their phones as well. Bit of a nightmare. You know, they're driving along.
Drivers on the phone.
Sorry.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah. Cyclists on their phones. One hand on the bike. What's it called? Steering thing?
On the handlebars.
On the handlebars.
Ooh, you're having a shocker, yeah.
No helmet,
Yeah.
no light, no high vis jacket, one hand on the steering handlebar, on their phones. And then the next thing is they've got their mate on the back of the bike as well.
Yeah. Flipping you off or something weird, so you go
or
up
those
that.
cyclists, you go up on one wheel
Yeah, the wheelies.
on the main road. It's like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah,
Like, that is so dangerous.
yeah, I know.
So I'd say that's the thing from my point of view that infuriates. There's probably a couple of more, but just that spring to mind.
I think you had to really get that off your chest, you know what I mean? I think this is good for you.
Thank
this,
you. Is it like therapy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it my go now?
Yeah,
My go to start slandering people.
Okay.
Okay, so I'd just like to state, before I say anything else, I think Hull is perfect for cycling.
Yes.
It's flat as a pancake. The weather conditions are normally alright. It's pretty in parts. And the countryside is so accessible. so accessible, and the countryside, of course, is delightful. So it's ready made for cycling.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give you 3 problems here. Okay, 3 problems. 1, 2, 3. First of all, I think cyclists, and I am a cyclist, again, make that very clear. I think cyclists have too many rights and not enough responsibilities. They can go on their phone without fear of repercussions. They can cut in without checking because they believe, it is the driver's responsibility to check. If they hit the cyclist, they're in big trouble. You know, they can mount the pavement without any fear of the pedestrians. Basically, they get away with murder. Okay, I'm not articulate enough to carry on, so I'm just going to say they get away with murder. That's a big problem. Secondly, as a cyclist, unfortunately, glass litters the cycle lanes. How many times have I had a flipping puncture?
Yeah.
Right, I seem to get them every week.
You do have at least one a week.
I do. It's really inconvenient, and I don't know why people do this. Maybe when they're drunk, it's funny. You know, we've all been there. They just lob a glass bottle onto the cycle lane. Bang, goes everywhere. Inevitably punctures all around. And not only is it inconvenient, it's really dangerous because inevitably cyclists have to mount the pavements or merge into the road lane to avoid the glass. If they don't, sometimes they come off the bike and they'll end up with glass in the body. Tetanus injection, of course, you know. So it's really not good. I think we've got to get to a point where that norm of drunkenly chucking glass into the lane is eradicated. You know, we're better than that, aren't we? You know, we're human. You know, we can't be doing that.
Yeah. I don't get this thing about chucking glass onto
I
the
don't.
lane. It doesn't benefit anyone.
No, it really doesn't, and it's a nightmare, right? 'Cause it renders the lanes useless.
Yeah, as you said, we've all been there. You know, having a laugh. Maybe you don't mean to. Maybe you drop a glass.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I think as well as that, the city council or whoever is in charge of those road sweepers, those really snazzy vehicles that go along that I really want to drive, just brush the cycle lane because they're up at all hours then, and you know, fair play. You know, really appreciate that. Why don't you do the cycle lane? Everyone wins, right? Finally, I personally think the cycle lanes are poorly designed. So, to give you an example, at the Blundell's Corner Junction, where Ferrens Way meets Beverley Road and Springbank, the cycle lanes cut across the road lane, which is suicidal for the cyclist, because it means I've got if a driver wants to merge into the slip lane, taking them out, I've got to cut across them. I have right of way, but not many drivers understand that. And 9 times out of 10, I'm having to read the driver's mind to make sure they don't run me over. And I have seen a load of near misses at that junction in particular, so it doesn't work. I also think it's too easy for drivers to merge into the cycle lane because it's convenient for them. I think, and it's also it's inconvenient for the cyclist. A lot of drivers, they shouldn't do this. Try and take out their anger on a cyclist.
No, I understand that. But I think it's a mutual thing. I think cyclists get angry at drivers.
They do.
Drivers get angry at cyclists.
They
I
do.
think whatever side you're on, you think,
of course,
God.
That's where the toleration comes in. Our solution. And yeah, I just think they're poorly designed. I think they could be done better. Basically, it's a shame, really. Oh, another one is buses. I don't know how you get around this, but buses in the cycle lane, it's a nightmare because the bus, whenever I'm cycling in a cycle lane, the bus overtakes me, and then he pulls in, and I'm stuck behind him then. Or the bus almost knocks me off my bike, because the cumbersome vehicles, of course. And if I got caught by one of them, I'm a roadkill, aren't I? Really, well, not fortunately, nobody would eat me, as you always say. But yeah, no, I just think they could be designed a bit better, basically.
Sounds a bit weird, but
yeah.
but yeah. But that's our problems. We're not all, doom and gloom.
Yeah, we're not moaning.
We do have some solutions.
Yes, we do.
As well.
And Maeve, being the whiz kid that she is, has come up with great ideas.
So
what school did you go to?
What school?
Yeah.
Why?
What was the name of it?
Birkenhead School.
They can be proud of you.
Right.
Your great brain coming to use
What
here.
school did you go to?
St. Bede's Catholic High School.
Okay, yeah. Then you went to college, didn't you?
What?
You went to a college.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. My school didn't have a
a sixth form.
sixth form. Yeah. Anyway, that's by the
Interesting.
by. Yeah.
Anyway, solutions of cycle lanes in Hull. Number 1, cycle paths.
Yeah. This is my cue, isn't it? Name's giving me the eyebrow there. Go on, Liam, say something. I think it'd be a good idea to have cycle paths in the city that take you to certain locations. So a cycle path from the city centre to Cottingham or to Beverley,
Yeah.
or you know to Hessel.
Because we were comparing it, so where I'm from, the Wirral,
Yeah.
they have the Wirral Way,
They do.
and it's essentially, you can walk along it, you can run along it, it's not just a cycle path, but you can cycle from West Kirby,
Yeah.
which is the start point. Pretty sure you can definitely cycle to Parkgate, and I'm pretty sure you can get to Chester.
Oh, Parkgate. Everyone knows Parkgate.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
But you can cycle, but essentially it's a long cycle path, you know, about 2 hours long. And it's very handy, you know, everyone knows it's there, loads of people use it, a great idea, and I think that's essentially what we're saying for Hull, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, we've got the Transpennine Trail, which is amazing. I've used it a couple of times. It's great. But its practical use is limited in and around the city, in my opinion.
Yeah. Takes
so
you to Hornsey, the Transpennine
Great, you know, it's
Trail.
great, and Hornsey's lovely, but
Yeah.
it's Hornsey. It's not convenient for people in Hull, is it?
No, that is true.
So I really think there's something to be done there. I think there's potential. I really
think, as
do.
you said, it could be expensive, but just start with one.
Yeah.
See how it goes, if it's popular.
Exactly. And listen, there are short cycle paths already. No, we know them. There's that
Yeah.
beautiful one on Victoria Dock.
Yeah,
There's a couple in East Hull that I've used before. You know, they're really good.
yeah,
But there's not enough of them, and they're not long enough.
yeah.
Basically.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's solution number 1. More cycle paths.
Solution number 2, so cycle lanes on the pavement.
Yeah.
Salim and I were talking, and where was it that you said they had cycle lanes on the pavement?
Oh, where Pearson Park meets the avenues, because I cycle through there to get to uni.
Oh, okay.
And there's a cycle lane, difficult to articulate this, there's a cycle lane on the pavement,
Yeah,
and there's a zebra crossing for cyclists.
yes.
It's great.
And I think, like, obviously you have the pavement where people can walk on,
Yeah.
but if you actually just sort of took half that, depending on how big the pavement is, but
Yeah.
down Prince's Ave, the pavements are pretty
Huge.
big.
Yeah.
So if you just sort of half that, put bollards up, maybe a fence, where cyclists actually have a designated path that isn't on the road, isn't going to
Yeah.
get in the way of drivers, buses, you know, walkers. I think that's a good idea.
Something like an Amsterdam system, because
Yeah.
you and I have been to Amsterdam, and
I
I'm sure.
always think of Amsterdam.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's great. I'm sure many people in Hull have been to Amsterdam, because obviously the cities are linked,
Yeah.
aren't they, with that beautiful ferry crossing.
Mhm.
Why can't we have something like that?
Yeah.
It's as flat as Amsterdam.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, something like that.
Solution number 3.
Oh yeah. See, I'm not one of those cyclists. I think cyclists are infallible. I'm well aware, and I admit the flaws of cyclists. I make mistakes all the time on my bike. You know, we're flawed creatures. But I think for obvious, inconsiderate and dangerous cycling, there should be punishments for cyclists. If you're on your phone as a cyclist, you should be punished. If you're cycling without a helmet, you should be punished. If you're cycling dangerously in such a manner that you endanger the safety of drivers, you should be punished.
Yeah. As you said, it's the same as drivers. If you're caught driving on your phone, you're fined.
You get punished, yeah.
If you're caught, I don't know what the equivalent is without, I think even like if you're not wearing a helmet, I know that's quite serious, but you should be fined.
Yeah,
I
or punished, you know, to some extent. Or if you
But a punishment is the fine, isn't it?
yeah,
Or a warning
yeah.
or something.
Or if you go over a zebra crossing with people on it, or you jump the lights,
Yeah.
you know, there's got to be some kind of punishment for that.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm no lover of a nanny state or supreme police interference. I'm no lover of that, but man has to be ruled, you know, to an extent.
Yeah.
And I think cyclists should be punished for flagrant violations.
And as more
basically.
cyclists get on the road, these things need to
They do.
happen. Don't
Yeah, you know, or if we're capable of this amongst ourselves, develop the norm of good cycling. You know, sensible cycling. You
Yeah.
know, surely we can do that. It's not beyond the wit of man.
Yeah.
So that's solution number 3.
Solution number 4 we've briefly touched on.
Yeah.
It's mutual tolerance of one another. So drivers need to respect cyclists, understand their position on the road, and cyclists need to respect drivers and understand their position on the road.
Yeah.
And just do you know what I mean? Like, we don't need to fight. We don't need to try and be angry at one another. If someone pushes in front, just be like, oh, sorry for that. You know,
Yeah.
didn't see you. And just make sure, cyclists, you are signalling. Yeah, just to make drivers aware, and also drivers concentrate. Do you know what I mean? When there's cyclists around you, it's just little things like that.
Yeah, you know, love thy neighbour.
Yeah.
Be nice to one another. Spread the love, man. You know, that kind of stuff. You know, we all make mistakes.
Yeah.
Forgive one another.
Yeah, exactly.
And just do your best to be as good as you can be at cycling or driving.
Because it's that stare, isn't it? Whenever you're on a bike and a driver's like.
Yeah, I know. And listen, sometimes it's deserved.
Yeah.
But you know, if we can foster this environment of mutual tolerance, everybody wins.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we think.
Yeah.
And maybe we're just, you know, not dystopian. We're what's the word?
Nice people.
Yeah, there's a different word. I've forgotten it. You know, my brain's gone to mush because of this heat. Just for reference, because we're on video now, aren't we?
Yeah.
If you see me sweating, it's about 45 million degrees in this oven of a radio studio.
It's cooled down.
It has actually, yeah.
But no, it is very, very warm.
Yeah, it is.
We need a little fan in here, don't
We
we?
do.
Some
But then
aircon.
it might come up on the mic.
Very true.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got one last solution.
Yeah, do you want to deliver it?
I think it's just advertising cycling. You know, it's better for people, healthier than driving, better for the environment, just all round. I don't know who would be advertising at the city council. Just actually get people on their bikes, and a way to do this is all of the other solutions that we've mentioned. Get cycle paths, get cycle trails. People are more inclined to get on a bike.
Yeah, and advertise the cycle paths and cycle lanes. Make people aware of them.
Well, that's what I meant. Like,
sorry.
Get the paths, get the lanes.
Yeah, but you know, make people aware that they're there.
Put signs up.
Exactly.
As you said, like trail.
Yeah, because if I want to find them, maybe it's just me being a dope, and it probably is. I have to go on Google Maps and filter it to cycle paths, and really, they should just be there, shouldn't they? We should just know. I found one, going down by Yinji Bar, up into East Hull.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, I never knew about this.
Yeah.
I would do the week. I've lived here for 6 years.
Yinji Bar's by the K2 building.
Great place. Yeah.
Chinese restaurant, bit of a side note, but if you haven't been, go.
Yeah. It's responsible for my recent weight gain. I've been there about 5 times.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
No, really, I love Yinji Bar so much.
Yeah. And they're so nice in there, like the
So
staff are
nice,
lovely, aren't
so
they?
welcoming.
Yeah. And the prawn crackers are good, and they give it a free portion. Just letting you know.
That chicken satay.
Oh, chicken satay. That one me nan had, the ginger beef.
Spring onion and garlic and ginger.
Yeah, that was good.
Unreal.
Yeah.
And the sweet and sour prawn.
Oh, that's
Showstopper.
the pièce de résistance. Yeah. And even the dim sum, the dumplings, and those chassis buns. Oh.
Your nan didn't like them.
No, but hey, more for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you were definitely thinking, yeah,
that.
you want the chassis bun, don't you, Teresa? Don't eat what you don't want.
You don't like it, no
Rubbing your hands together like that.
I love them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just a little side note. But
Yeah.
we hope that we've.
Yeah, look, listen, we're not experts, are we? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we just thought it was an easy theme to get the ball rolling. Because we're on the road every day, aren't we?
Yeah.
And it's something that we see.
On the road again.
Yeah. And now me was going to give us Wayne Nelson on the road again. You know, it's obviously a problem because no one seems to be happy with what it's like at the minute.
Yeah.
So, you know, now that we're on social media and that.
Yeah. Check us out.
Yeah.
Comment. You know,
comments,
leave a comment. So when we upload onto YouTube, leave comments, things you hate about it, things you like about it.
If you don't like what we've said.
If you
Hey, that's not beyond the realm of possibility.
and
you know
also
what I mean?
getting our Out of Towners podcast, comment as well, because we like that is the whole thing. We are out of town, so we could be completely wrong. We're just coming from our own perspective.
Coming in here, taking their jobs.
Do you know what I mean? Like, we're just giving our perspectives of a driver, of a cyclist.
Yeah.
Someone could be like, actually, this does happen, or more people do that than you think.
Yeah.
So feel free to comment, and
Listen,
it
you
helps
want
us.
to slag off my checkered shirt, as Maeve seems to do? Listen, go ahead.
You do look like a lumberjack.
Yeah. A big manly lumberjack over
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, also, sorry, getting this in there, I don't know if I've said this.
What?
Strabane half marathon.
Yeah, I am. So if you watch it on YouTube, you can see it. It's a green, bright green top. What is it, the Strabane?
Strabane half marathon.
So my dad's running loads of half marathons at the moment to raise money. That's all I know. I don't know what for. But he gets all these marathon tops, and I think it's great. And it also makes me look as if I run half marathons.
Yeah, Maeve has not run the Strabane half marathon. Just to let you know, everyone, she's not run the Strabane half marathon.
Liam
But she
really
wants
likes to,
everyone
put
to
a
think that
positive-
she's run.
positive
the Strabane
spin
half
on
marathon.
things and boost my ego and make me feel good.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's alright.
No, I now feel bad now making that
But
joke.
no, but yeah, so I am in a green top currently.
Yeah.
But it's very breathable.
Yeah, that,
It's-
mine isn't.
It's a run. No,
Mine
I
really
can
isn't.
tell.
Yeah.
It is a running top, so it's
Yeah.
very breathable.
Yeah, wicks the sweat,
Gorgeous,
as
to
they
be
say.
honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is that's week 16.
Oh, speaking of bad driving,
Well,
Maeve's just said, oh yeah, it's gorgeous, to be honest. Well, we're coming out of Morrison's on Holderness Road, right, and it's just so funny. And just so everyone knows, I've just been grafting, cleaning the car for it. And I get in and we're driving out, and Maeve catches herself in the rear view mirror, and she goes, oh my God, my eyebrows are amazing. I'm going, Maeve, this car's coming. And I'm thinking, yeah, just a little funny story there.
yeah, kind of one you had to. Well, firstly, you were cleaning the car. It was slaving
Sweating
away,
like a pig.
getting soaked, sweating. I was inside.
On the phone with
to
your
mum,
mother, checking your nails out. Oh,
having
yes.
a coffee, and next thing is driving out again. My eyebrows look sensational
Yeah.
today. It's like maybe about to crash the car.
Oh, yeah, it was
But no,
fun.
I am a good driver overall.
Yeah, just to get that in there. Yeah, Maeve is most definitely a good driver. Yes, she is. Oh, yes.
Right, well, we'll leave it there.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Tune in next week.
Yeah, well, we'll have a new guest, hopefully. But we'll
Okay.
see. Yeah.
See you then. Bye.
Yeah, bye. And bye to everyone on
Bye.
social media.
Okay. That was 27 min.
Oh, yes.